Today I'm going to talk to you about digital rights and responsibilities. I'm going to tell you why they're important and how we use them. Digital rights and responsibilities involve helping students and others to understand how to behave correctly and respect others while on the internet. Since nowadays most things are going towards being digital, it's really important that either if you're a student or you're just a person who works in maybe a field that needs digital tools, that you know how to respect others and act correctly. It helps them to learn the boundaries and responsibilities of living in a digital world, which reflects back on what I just said. We're going to a more digital world, so it'll really help. And all in all, students and others will greatly benefit from learning about digital rights and responsibilities. One main point of digital rights and responsibility is teaching them to students. So for example, if you're a computer teacher, or even if you allow your students to use technology for research or other purposes, it's important that they are taught responsible and acceptable use while using these digital tools. A person will also need to think about their digital footprint. Along with students and people learning about their digital footprint, they're also going to need to learn about their digital reputation. Cyberbullying is also a big part of digital rights and responsibilities. The correct definition is the use of digital communication tools to make another person feel angry, sad, or scared. I feel personally nowadays that most children or even adults are resorting to cyberbullying because the internet is so big and so easy to use that it's much easier to sit behind a desk or sit behind a computer and just type out insults rather than going and insulting someone face to face. Plus, they don't have to face that person, it just makes it a lot easier to do. And that's why repetition and intent are defining characteristics of cyberbullying, because it's so easy to do, and when people do this, they do have the intent of making a person feel upset, angry, possibly bring it into something bigger. I feel that cyberbullying is a very big problem nowadays, and if more students are taught like how this affects people and what it can cause and their responsibility as while they're using digital tools, then it can really decrease the cyberbullying. Digital citizenship is a big factor or plays a big role in digital rights and responsibilities. There are also rights that a person will have when using digital tools. For example, a few key digital rights are the right to access and use computers and other electronics, and the right to access and use digital content. I feel like these two first rights will come in handy for a student because most of the time nowadays students will use computers and such to conduct research or look up information for a project that they're conducting. So to have these rights will really help them with their schoolwork. Another right is the right to create and share digital media. I feel like, again, this will also benefit students because it allows them to create something that they really care about and they can share it with others. They can get feedback. They can, collaborate and work together to create something. The right to privacy in digital communities is another one. I feel like this is really important because nowadays there's so many websites or community-like places where people can interact with each other. And if the right sets of privacy rules or regulations are not set, then it can be very scary when you're using sites like this. Another right is the right to report anyone or anything that seems inappropriate. I feel like this goes along with the privacy rule. You don't want to have an unsafe environment that you're using, or maybe a site that you're accessing. So it's very nice to know that you have the right to report anyone or anything that could cause trouble. Along with digital rights, a person will also have digital responsibilities that they will need to use while accessing these tools. Just for example, a few key digital rights or responsibilities are use appropriate language and behavior when interacting with others. This goes along with the whole social media or community websites that are used. It's not really nice to use inappropriate language or be rude, so it would be nice if everyone would accept the responsibility of using appropriate language and behavior. Another one is to respect the opinions, ideas of others. On the internet, or it's very nice that people can share their beliefs, their ideas, anything, and not be, bullied for it. Another responsibility is to obey all intellectual property laws. Another responsibility is do not use or share others' work without permission. So if someone works and just works a lot and works very hard to create something, they don't want to have someone who hasn't done anything or may not even know anything about it to just share it and put it as their own and basically steal their work. So it's nice to have that responsibility that you should not share others' work without their permission. Follow rules and or codes of conduct on every site. There's a reason people will post rules and stuff on their website, and it's very important to follow them. Another one is the responsibility to report cyberbullying threats and inappropriate use of digital resources. So not only are you not supposed to cyberbully, you're supposed to report it so that it can be stopped immediately. So in conclusion, digital rights and responsibilities help keep everything in order and fair when people are using digital tools. They are the expectations that are set for each person, and I believe that if each person correctly follows their rights and responsibilities, then the internet can be a big happy place.